let's go. Let's transition over to football and the HBCU Legacy Bowl here for a second, while we got our next guest up. Um, obviously, hold on. Did I clip any images? I don't have any images prepared, but the HBC Legacy Bowl is happening right now. Actually, game time. Do we know the game time? Do you guys have the game time handy anywhere?
No, not off the top of my head.
All right. Well, I believe it's Saturday at 2 o'clock Eastern, or yeah, 2 o'clock Eastern. Let me bring in our next guest because we've got somebody who's got boots on the ground, who's actually covering the event. And welcome to the ONG Strike Zone and the Black College Sports Network, Angela Lalwani. Angela, how you doing this evening?
Good. How are you guys doing?
All right, all
Doing well.
right.
Doing
Doing
well.
well. Well, Angela, for those of you who may not be familiar, Angela is actually going to be a graduating student from Benedict College this spring, right, Angela?
Yes.
And the one thing that I have noticed is Angela has been working with the Benedict football program over the last couple years, and she has been doing a great job on social media, posting a lot of stuff. Cover obviously Benedict's had a lot to brag about over the last couple years, just like sort of FAMU has, and she's been on the field covering the team, and but more recently she's been at a lot of the 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 bowls for the for the future draft picks, and so that's where she's been, and now she's in New Orleans at the Legacy Bowl. So, Angela, why don't we start? Why don't we just start by getting to know you a little bit? Tell us a little bit about you and how you got into working with the football program at Benedict, and maybe a little bit about what your future aspirations are.
Okay. So hi everyone. I'm Angela Lalwani. I'm my undergrad was in accounting, and I tried to go to do my master's in accounting at University of South Carolina. I felt like it was kind of hard, so I kind of pivoted. I was always involved in sports. I was a track athlete at Virginia State, and then I transferred over to Benedict College where I got my undergrad. And then I kind of got injured with track, so I decided to go to the football. I just took the opportunity to be like, can I become a football manager? Because I kind of helped with all sports at Virginia State since I did work study. And then I kind of made my way as a football manager. And then I started recording every play and trying to like keep the fans updated from the school. And that's why I just started that. And then I went to do my master's at University of South Carolina and kind of was a grad assistant there for operations for track. Was still helping Benedict a little bit, but not as much. I kind of helped with basketball there. And then I started becoming a track official. So I'm also a track official with University of South Carolina right now too. So I've been around a lot of sports, but football is like my main priority. So I kind of went back to do my master's in sports since my master's of accounting didn't work, and I graduate in May. And I've been working bowl games and helping a little bit of HBCU game day with different footage. I came from Virginia State homecoming, and then I went to the Southern versus the Bethune-Cookman game since I went to the NFL HBCU careers in sports combine.
Awesome. So you've been front row seat for the great season that Benedict has had, and I will say, in all honesty, obviously Benedict, the Black College Sports Network, we've had a great relationship with Benedict and been able to broadcast games for the last couple of seasons for Benedict. Well, what's it like there getting to know Coach Barry over the last couple of years, and just maybe tell us a little bit about what's it been like covering the program over the last two seasons.
So I kind of was running track around when it was the old coaches, but I know some of the players. So it was kind of like it had nothing there. It was like kind of like two or three coaches. The athletic director was still the same. The president was still the same. But I feel like when they hired the new coach, everything started changing. But like the old program was good, but they started off with like a low record. And then I actually came in with Coach Barry, and then like finished with him, and now he's left. But we start off at 1-9, which was kind of like, oh, that's like shocking. But it was the first season for him, so I understand. And then we kind of like worked the way to the next season, which was 5-5. So we were improving, but we were trying to get players in, trying to figure out what's there to do. And then we started like doing accommodations, like the field. They helped fix the field up. This year they kind of fixed the office. They had a new weight room this year. So I feel like all of those stuff, it matters to become a better football player. And I know this year he kind of started last year, he kind of went over a book called Chop Wood, Carry Water. And I know that's a big factor to the program because he's big on God, but also he talks about having the book and they read the chapter every day of the fall camp to make sure every note, like, it's not just about football, it's after what goes around in football. So he wants everybody to become a good father, a good brother, sister, and everything.
Chop wood, carry water. Okay. I'm at to look that up. Now obviously you're in at the Legacy Bowl. What's and I guess what's give us a little bit, and obviously we'll get into talking about the FAMU guys, but just talk about this journey that you've been on and covering these bowls, and I don't know if this is the last one on the circuit for you, or but just talk a little bit about your experience over the last 4 weeks.
So I started my first game at the HBC Pigskin Showdown, which started around Christmas time. That was the first bowl game. It was kind of like a little bit hard, but it kind of worked out. So it was like a week long. I think we had a couple days. It was players from all over. I know some players was injured and they actually had to call a Miles. I think he was a safety. I'm not sure what his name is. I forgot, but they called him and he was just when he came in, he was just balling. Like he had like 2 or 3 interceptions, like, and he just didn't even have no practices. He just came, like, and it was just like he was the MVP and all that too. But that experience was great. Actually, to go to the other bowl games, but I'm gonna come back to other bowl games. I came to the HBC Legacy Bowl, which I actually know like half of these players, about actually 80 or 90% from the first pigskin game. So it kind of like shows how they worked from the first bowl game all the way to this bowl game. So they started in December and now they work their self in February. And then I went to the podium bowl game, which it was like a O line from Lincoln University, Vincent. And then I went to the Dream Bowl and then the East and West Shrine Bowl. So I know the Dream Bowl had a couple HBCU athletes, but the East and West Shrine Bowl, it was like it wasn't really. I think we had. Oh, we did. We had the O line from Howard, um, and a couple of them didn't play because they're trying to get ready for the draft. So I understand that, but it was the O line and somebody from Grambling, Sudanti, something like that. Yeah, I forgot his name, but he was like outstanding too.
Yeah, Sundiata Anderson, I
Yeah.
believe.
Yes. Yeah. And then we had somebody from Texas Southern. I think he went to Jackson State at first, and then he transferred. So he was a good player as well.
Okay. 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 So we know with the Legacy Bowl, started with the combine earlier in the week. Um, we got some Rattlers in the house. Obviously, let me see and back me up here, guys. Make sure I don't forget anybody. Of course, we got Jeremy Musa, quarterback, who's there. We've got wide receiver Marcus Riley. We have defensive back Eric Smith, offensive lineman Cam Colvin. I feel like there's tight end Kamari
Kamari
Young.
Young.
Is there only five, or am I missing a sixth person?
It's a 6 person, but he's hurt right now. I don't
Okay,
know his name, but I just
that would have
found
been
out.
it would have been Isaiah Major because that's one.
Yes, that's who I
Okay,
was just. Yeah,
okay, because we haven't seen much from Isaiah right now.
yeah, he's
Uh,
hurt. I think his feet. So
okay, okay. Well, see, there you go. It was getting some intel that wasn't out there that we didn't know about. It's a good tip. Okay, talk a little. And I know, and I don't have the video queued up and ready, but let's talk about those. You've obviously had a chance to talk to a couple of guys, but just kind of what you've seen, observed from from those guys? Maybe start with Musa because you've been watching practices too.
Yeah.
So let's kind of start with Jeremy Musa there.
So I feel like he's been dominating everything. Like the way he throws, I feel like it's perfect. And I feel like he's connecting with the tight end, which comes to Kamari Young. So they've been connecting like with the one on ones and all the routes. I feel like he's getting every play that's needed. Um, that's a little bit about Jeremy Musa. So I'm gonna go to Kamari Young, which is a tight end. I feel like he has had an impressive week, demonstrating the ability to create space between him and his defenders. He has challenges like for the small defenders due to his mismatch potential. So I feel like he was like a good tight end. That like his one on ones today, like he was catching them, like they were on point to me. Um, the next person, I feel like Eric Smith. I did an interview with him. Feel like he said that his 40-yard dash for the combine was really fast, but he wished it was a little faster. Um, so I feel like he stands out as the fastest player on the field, actually, leveraging his speed effectively to maintain coverage, and he also shows potential of what's that word? Like, and he also plays as a free safety too, so he can do both.
Gotcha.
The
Mhm.
next one is Marcus Riley, which is a wide receiver. He was recognized as the week's most versatile wide receiver, displaying speed and quickness.
Okay. Cam Colvin, I
Yeah.
saw that he got a lot of attention. I think I saw a scout say that he had a very good first day. What have you seen from Cam or heard about him so far?
So I don't remember who he had talked to, but he did mention that he had talked to a couple of scouts. But I feel like he like did really good too. I seen some of his reps today and yesterday, and I feel like he did really good as well.
Nice, nice. Marcus, let you get in there and ask some questions of Angela.
Yes, well, good evening. Thank you for joining us.
No problem.
I guess my question throughout your experience with the different bowl games and I guess postseason games, what would you share with someone who's on an HBCU roster now in order to what would they would look forward to in being a part of those games?
I feel like it's a different experience to be involved in some of these bowl games because it's all about the chance and opportunity. It's scouts everywhere, but if you work really hard and put your name to become in one of these bowl games, I feel like it's a big factor because it's not just about HBCUs. It's like making your way to be an HBCU athlete at a different bowl game, such as the East and West Shrine Bowl or the Reese's, because I know a lot of HBCUs athletes don't go to those. So going to all these bowl games, you have the opportunity to show off. Like the Podium All Star Game, that's for anybody. So just having the opportunity to go to these and see that HBCU athletes can do it too, I feel like HBCU athletes can also like make their way to their game too as well.
Thank you.
How about you, Kelvin?
I'm wondering, do you see any differences or advantages between the bowl games? For instance, you mentioned the Reese's Bowl and the East West Shrine Bowl that have a little bit more sponsorship, typically a little more visibility, and has more non HBCU athletes. Um, just tell me what differences that you see, both in terms of the talent level, if there's any difference, and then how they operate those different events.
I feel like the talent is a little bit different, but like HBCU athletes, they don't really look at them. But a lot of HBCU athletes have talent. So for example, the East and West Shrine Bowl, they had the boy from Grambling and Howard. But I feel like if they look at other HBCU athletes, it would be a good thing too because they get the opportunity to be in part of these other bowl games. But I feel like um it's a little bit different, but to me, I feel like HBCU athletes have a lot of talent, but a lot of people don't look at like that. They just say, "Oh, they play at a HBCU," so that's not a. Some are HBCUs are D1, but they just be like they're not leveled up to like, for example, a big school.
Mhm.
So, how has your experience been at this particular Legacy Bowl this week? How have you enjoyed it? Is this your first time in New Orleans? What do you think about this event?
So this is my first time. I actually like it. It's kind of different than the first HBC Pigskin Showdown, which was the other first HBC. But I'm actually liking this because it's my first time getting involved. I'm actually going to the career fair, which I feel like is a good thing for the players too. It's not just about playing football. They're actually getting involved in the career fair. They're actually getting involved with the. They just came back from a community event. They're taken to dinner. I just actually met with Stephen Witch, I think that's his name.
Weiss.
Steve
Yeah,
Right,
Weiss.
yeah, sorry. Steve Weiss. I feel like he's a big person to me. He's an NFL reporter, so I feel like that kind of like helped me network. He told me to come tomorrow to the career fair. So him, and then I met the ESPN commentator. So I feel like it's a lot of stuff going on, and I feel like it's actually worth being here because it's not just about the athletes, it's about people who's working here and they're trying to do the career fair too. So it's a opportunity for everything after a football too.
Okay. Please
awesome.
tell Steve we said what's up. He's a friend of the
Um,
program. So tell him the ONG Strike Zone said what's up and that dry his tears from that
And go Rattlers.
celebration bowl.
Yeah,
tell
just
them,
he'll know. He'll
tell them the ONG strikes don't say go Rattlers.
I see him tomorrow morning. I will tell him.
yeah, he knows. He knows. So Angela, what is your career? What are your career aspirations? I mean, you've done a lot. I mean, so when you go to the career fair tomorrow, what are
Mhm.
you when they ask you about your future plans? What are you going to tell these folks?
So right now, like I said, I'm graduating with my master's in sports, and my undergrad was accounting. So I have kind of like a business and sports route, which I feel like is a benefit to them. But also getting experience with media, getting my name out there. So I feel like I want to do operations, but any opportunity given, I will take it and like learn from it. So I'm applying to all these internships. Like for example, training camp. Applying to these fellowships for the NFL, the NBA, and all that. So I feel like going to all these career fairs, HBC Legacy Bowls, or all the bowl games, I feel like it's a good thing to me because I'm networking, and they always can look at me like, oh, I'm at everywhere. Like I just met some scouts from the first game, and they remember me. They're like, oh, I remember you from the first game, the second game, the third game. So I feel like networking is key, but I feel like it's gonna help me down the line. So, like I said, I'm applying to all these stuff, and they also have interviews on deck tomorrow and Friday. So you never know, I can end the job.
Amen. Hey, well, we're rooting for anybody to get a job opportunity in this these days. So we wishing you the best with that. You just mentioned that you had a chance to kind of run into some scouts, um, and you touched on this just a little bit. The difference you see very little difference between
Hmm.
some of the guys that have been, let's say, the Shrine Bowl, which that's a nice mix of guys from all over the college football scene, Power Five, Group of Five, maybe even some Division II guys there as well. Um, you don't see much difference from those guys versus the guys that you've seen at the Legacy Bowl, huh?
To me, I feel like HBCU athletes have the talent too. It's just hindered. Like a lot of people don't look at them like that. So to me, I feel like not really because a lot of people are missing reps at the East and West Shrine Bowl, the Dream Bowl, the Podium Bowl. So it's really about the opportunity that's given to put your name out there, but also to show your talent.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Um, okay, so recap for or just not remind us again when the game is. The game is Saturday, right? Saturday afternoon.
Yes, I think it's 2 p.m. Eastern time.
Okay. And I believe it's going to be on NFL Network, correct?
Yes.
Have you had a chance to meet or talk with like Doug Williams or
No,
Aeneas? You haven't bumped into them yet.
they've
Who
been on
who
a run. I'm gonna try to talk to them tomorrow.
Right. Okay. I was gonna say, and you obviously Coach Barry. You got to tell Coach Barry, Coach, can I get a one-on-one here? Now that you got to get a sit-down one-on-one. Coach has transitioned from being at Benedict to
To
South
South
Carolina
Carolina State.
State.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta get that. You gotta tell Coach to get you that interview. Anybody else that you're looking forward to talking with while you're at the Legacy Bowl?
Basically, like I met somebody, I forgot who he is, but he's part of the black sports. I know he's involved in that, but he's he works with the riddle. I think that's how you say it. The I
No,
don't
you
know if
got
it's called riddle, but like the what's that? I can't think of it.
the apparel not
Yeah,
the
the
apparel
apparel.
company.
Yeah,
Oh, is that that's not is that the helmets? That's not the helmet manufacturer, is it?
I
Yeah,
don't know.
Riddell.
Verdell. Okay,
Riddell
I didn't know what
Yeah.
it's called. Sorry.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah, yeah,
that's
yeah.
all right.
I talked to him and he like connected with HBCUs too. So I was gonna try to network with him tomorrow as well. So I feel like they said they're a part of and they do a lot of initiatives. So I was gonna try to get involved with them and stop at the NFL booth. But I know they have like 10 NFL teams that's gonna be there and a lot of Adidas, Allstate, a lot of companies are gonna be there. I think like about 100. So
Nice. Okay. Okay.
So, have you heard anyone? Is there anybody generating a little bit buzz above everybody else? Right? Who are the scouts, the coaches? Who's got the buzz right now in terms of the players?
hmm. Like out of all the players,
Yeah. Yes.
um, to me it was the player from NCAT. His name is Tyreek Stewart. A lot of people were
Okay.
looking at him. Jablonski Green, he met with two scouts yesterday.
Oh
Okay.
yeah.
South
Um,
Carolina State.
and trying to think.
Green is a defensive end, correct? Jablonski,
D
Yes.
lineman. Yes.
D lineman. Okay.
Luber Danellis.
Oh yeah. You know Lubert.
Yeah, he was getting talked about today from the NFL reporter as well. So he's and then Eric Smith was looking at trying also Joshua Hayward
Where's he
and
from?
Joshua Hayward is from Benedict.
Okay.
Jordan Carter's from Southern University.
Hmm.
And not let me not forget the quarterback from North Carolina Central, Davius Richard.
Oh
Oh,
yeah.
of course. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and yeah. Everyone's gonna talk about him. Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Um. Yeah.
Especially after he ran down 4.5
Yeah.
flat.
Not bad. Not bad at all. That might have been. Was that probably the? Well, I don't know. Let me see. The other quarterbacks
Yeah.
there.
At his size, legit 6'3", over 200 pounds, who can actually throw the ball, and still have that kind of athleticism. That gives him an opportunity if he performs. That gives him a real opportunity.
And then I have two more. The August Petrie, I think, if I'm not trying to say his name wrong. He's from Southern. He had the when he jumped, he the
Vertical.
yeah, the vertical. He was like really good with that one. And then Terrell Gardner, this was his second. He came to the HBC Pigskin Showdown. So I know he did I don't know if it was an interception or I can't really think, but he showed off there and I know like a lot of scouts was there, so they were on him with that one and I know they're on him with this one cuz he was one of the fastest wide receivers here also from Alabama A&M.
Okay. Okay. Now I don't know. Like I said, I know you're there, so I know Jeremiah Clark had chimed in the chat and said that the game he thought it was 3 Central, which would
Yeah,
be
two
4
two
Eastern.
Eastern. I mean, no. Yeah, you're right.
It's
Three.
two
Go ahead.
well I
Have they
think it's 3 Central to yeah, 2 p.m. Eastern, right? Or
other
no?
way? It's the other way. Other way. So if it's listed as is it listed as 3 Central there?
I got to look.
If it is, then that means it's four
It's four
Eastern
o'clock.
going the other
It's
way.
four.
Going the
Yeah,
other way.
yeah.
It
We're
might
an
be
hour back.
2. The
We're an
time
hour
zones
in front.
confused me.
It's all good. It's all
Yeah,
good.
yeah. We're an hour in front.
Okay, so 3 Central, which is 4 Eastern.
Yeah, so
Gotcha.
it's say 3 p.m. here. So,
So
yeah,
then, yeah, okay. So you were going the other
the
direction. Yeah,
other
that's
way.
all right.
Yeah.
That's all right. That's all right. Okay. Um. Well, hey. Again, Angela, let people know your social media handle so that way they can make sure to follow you. I know you're heavy on X, but I don't know you may be on Instagram as well. Let people know where they can find you.
So my Twitter is LILANGELAAA underscore. I will follow you guys back, and I will be posting the rest of the HBCU Legacy Bowl. I'm not sure if I'm going to be at practice tomorrow or Friday because it is a career fair, so I'm gonna try to make my way to practice. But they are also going to the career fair, so I'm gonna try to get some footage of them. And game day, I will be recording. So stay tuned for game day.
definitely. We'll make sure to retweet not only from our handle, but also the Black College Sports Network handle as well. Make sure you take care of you at that career fair. You know, you don't have to get photos of him. Take care of your business. Take care of your business first.
Yeah.
Um, but I know you will, and I know you've even been at the AFCA convention and everywhere. It's really cool to kind of follow you in your journey through all of these different camps. You're doing a great job out there, Angela. So I'm glad we got an opportunity to help get you in there, and we appreciate. I'll post those videos that you did with Eric and Cam. I'll make sure to post those on our social media handles, and then you're still hunting for the other guys. So I know you'll hopefully
Yeah.
get those other rattlers as well,
Yeah.
and then we'll post those when you do.
Yeah. Next
Okay,
trip is the scouting combine that I got an intern at.
that's an indie, right?
Yep. So 3 days, like after this game, I'm gonna make my way over there.
Okay.
Man,
All right.
okay, all right, doing it
Living
big.
living a dream. Living a dream.
I'm
Yeah.
telling you, keep doing it, Angela.
Yeah.
You're doing a great job. We appreciate you. All right.
No problem.
All right. Angela Lalwani, everybody, make sure you follow her. We'll make sure to retweet the handle. And all right. Well, hey, have a good
Thank
night,
you.
Angela, and we'll
Everyone
talk
have a
soon.
good one too.
All
All
right.
right.
Bye.
Thank you. Wonderful meeting you.